Wisecrack Nation, this is your boy Navi here, and I'm coming at you with a recap of The Flash. So far, we're on Season 6, Episode number 2, titled A Flash of Lightning. As from this point on, as a time saver for myself and both the viewers of this channel, I will make each and every episode a recap. So for right now, let's get into this episode and see how events unfold. So far in this episode alone, it's become pretty complicated due to the fact Barry finds out that as the Flash, he has to die in the oncoming crisis. But what gets to me is the fact that he has no idea how to deal with the situation, knowing that it's his death that's on the line. I mean, as a hero, how do you prepare for death? It seems that more than anything, not only does he hate facing the fact that he has to think of never seeing Iris again, but never seeing all of his friends and family as well. And now the fact that he plans on going to the future a day after the crisis to see what happens, well, we knew that wasn't going to happen, as he stopped while inside the Speed Force because it's not allowing him to go and see the upcoming events that will unfold. And it seems that Cecile has feelings of uncertainty when coming face to face with a young female meta that has been ID'd as the killer for an accident gone wrong using radio waves. It seems that because of her empathy powers, she's feeling something towards this girl and knowing that she may not be guilty. It seems that with Barry, every problem has a solution, as Gideon informs both him and Iris that in order for him to get help with his injury and finding out about what's going on in the Speed Force, he has to go to visit Jay Garrick on Earth 3. At which point, not only does he get help from Jay, but is also introduced to his wife, who happens to be the doppelganger of Barry's mother, and informed that the wall that's blocking the Speed Force is antimatter, and that he won't be able to get past it physically, but neurologically. At which point, he's hooked up to Jay's machine and donned his helmet in order to get a mental vision of the possibility of every future in which he learns that the Flash must die. Meanwhile, in order to help Cecile in her case against the young Meta who controls radio waves, Allegra, both Iris and Ralph visit the witness to the crime that she's said to have committed. Unfortunately for Ralph, she's burned away his vision temporarily, which causes Joe to step in and use one of the police force's metahuman weapons, aka the boot, to stop and arrest her. It seems that after seeing the billions of deaths across the multiverses, Barry has come to terms with his near impossible future. And even though he has the support of Iris, Jay, and Team Flash, he's more than likely ready to give up and accept the fact that if he has to go out, he'll go out saving the people that he loves. After being locked up and captured again, Allegra has come under the fire of being seen as guilty, but knowing that she's innocent, Cecile is still struggling not only with her job, but her powers, because she's the DA prosecutor, but knows that this young lady is innocent. Now she has to figure what she's going to do, either her job or protect a young lady who no one has ever tried to look out for. Well, it seems that once again, Barry can thank Joe for being a surrogate father and having a heartfelt talk with him about the oncoming crisis in which Barry is going to have to make the ultimate sacrifice. But Joe reminds him of their emblems, his being his police badge, and Barry's being his lightning bolt symbol on his chest. And knowing that when there's a problem that needs to be handled, they jump immediately into action in order to stop the bad guys or stop whatever problem their city may face. Cecile is still going above and beyond the call of duty as she's trying to convince Allegra to help her tell her the truth of what happened, in which case she informs Allegra that she's also a metahuman that can sense her empathy and know that she's telling the truth. Allegra reveals to Cecile the incident that happened in the prison during the night of the particle accelerator explosion, and how her cousin Allegra was thought to be dead, but somehow wound up in a vegetative state. And after finding out that Esperanza, Allegra's cousin, isn't dead, CCPD falls under attack of her new persona, Ultraviolet. Fortunately for Joe, Cecile, and Allegra, Barry feels that he's well enough and healed up enough to go and help take her down before she kills anyone else. It's at which point we see her ultraviolet rays are much more faster than Barry's top speed, at which point Barry sees that he's going to have to figure out a way to stop her. And after seeing the giant wall plaque at the CCPD and how it stands for defending the city, his earlier conversation with Joe goes throughout his head. It reminds him that even though it's a problem, he as a hero must stand up and fight. At which point he dives head first through Esperanza's ultraviolet attack and knocks her out. At which point afterward, he finds himself completely drained and unable to keep going. After taking down Ultraviolet, Team Flash identifies that there's a possibility of a group of assassins training metahumans to become trained hitmen for their group, in which case they need to make a plan in order to find out how to stop them and who they are. Meanwhile, Cecile has decided not only to be a DA, but a DA for metahumans that have been wrongfully accused of crimes. And thanks to the help of Cecile, Allegra now has an internship as a reporter at Iris's newspaper. And if that wasn't enough, Barry and Iris finally come to an agreement that they need to get Team Flash ready for a future without the Flash. This episode is starting off as a great kickoff point to the future of the Flash, as we see that in order for billions to live, one man has to die. But you have to think, in reality, is that one man really Barry? I mean, along with what's going on with Arrow and Supergirl, there's other possibilities. But you have to ask yourself, is Marno Lu, aka the Monitor, really being a man of his word and saying that Barry must sacrifice himself to save others? I can't wait for this crisis to come. I hope that throughout everything, nothing really changes as much as it should. Well, that's all the time I have for right now, Wisecrack Nation. As for right now, I'm going to try to go back into the Speed Force, and I know not to go past December 10th, because there's no way I'm getting hit by antimatter. But what you guys can do for me is go ahead and like this video, share with others, and subscribe to the channel. And please, my friends at the 450 Legion are waiting on you guys to come and see what they can do at Naruto's Shinobi Striker and Grand Theft Auto 5. So go pay those guys a visit. But for right now, heed my words, people. Be wise, crack hard, and I'll see you people later. Peace.